thanks for tuning in to The Gathering Place. We are finishing up our series on the move as we get ready for moving into our new location at 518 Fentress Boulevard. And The Gathering Place has been hard at work. We have been reupholstering some chairs. I don't know how many staples. I think they're in the hundreds, maybe the thousands, that we have removed from some of our older chairs to make into these beautiful ones. So if you have helped with this project in any way, thank you so much. It is a huge labor of love. As well, we are getting ready for back to school season. Next Sunday, August 10th, is back to school Sunday, and we are going to be blessing our children and our teens as they get ready for school back in Volusia County or beyond if you are watching online. We are partnering with Westside Elementary School to get them some school supplies. This year, they're asking for crayons, colored pencils, and spiral notebook. So if you, over the next couple of weeks, can make some donations, we can get it ready for our Westside Elementary School folks. So thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to sign that Connect card so we know you're here. And thanks for being a part of our Make Your Move Sunday.
Search the world, but it couldn't fill me. Memories of praise and treasures of faith are never enough. You came along, put me back together, and every desire is now satisfied here in your love. Oh, there's nothing better than you. Oh, there's nothing better than you. Oh, there's nothing is better than you. Oh, there's nothing better than
Ever wondered how to get from the Foundry to our new location at 518K Fentress Boulevard? Join me on a little car ride. Make a right on Fentress Boulevard, go past the stop sign on Dunn Avenue, and then make a right into Liberty Business Park, where you'll find us on the back right-hand corner of the lot.
Hey, come on in. Hi, I'm Macon. I'm the worship leader here at the Gathering Place, and I want to show you some of our construction updates that we've had a lot of work going on. Come look. You'll notice the hole in our bathroom is gone. Come look. All it needs is a toilet. And some walls. Oh, hey, welcome to our new kitchenette.
Hey, what are you doing?
Hey, this is Amy's new office. We have our very own rope swing. Just kidding, it's our internet. You've seen it before, but this is our worship center with the wall almost fully constructed. You can see what this space is gonna look like. We're gonna get to worship together, fellowship. It's gonna be a great time. We're gonna have a work day on August 23rd, the Saturday from 9 to 2 p.m. to paint, assemble furniture, and get this whole space ready for all the different ministries we have going on at the Gathering Place. We can't wait to make this space our home, and you get to be a part of making it happen.
It is Make Your Move Sunday, where we are inviting you to turn in your commitment card. For our online viewers, we have an online option as well on our website, www.thegatheringplaceumc.org. So I hope this week you have prayed about how God is moving you towards generosity in both time and money. Our goal is $100,000 in giving by the end of 2025 and 2,000 hours of service, serving both within our church and outside of our church total. Your giving allows us to make our budget. And as Cameron preached a few weeks ago, now we have to think about things like buying our own toilet paper in our bathrooms right over there. I had actually never considered that beforehand. The Foundry has taken care of our toilet paper all of these years, and it was kind of a, oh gosh, moment for me. So if this is your first Sunday tuning into the Gathering Place, today is different. Here we are in the lobby of our new location on 518K Fentress Boulevard. And I hope that this message inspires you to peek into the heart of our church and the vision of our community. But know that we do not expect you to fill out one of these cards on your first time tuning in. And listen, I get it. Talking about giving is really hard. You might be tempted to turn off this video right now. I worried, would people even tune into church this month? Are people dreading getting coffee with me in person because they think I'm just trying to hit them up for cash instead of hearing what's on their heart? I've worried there is no way we're going to make this $100,000 total. We have all the excuses in the world. Young people say we don't have enough money. The old folks are on fixed incomes, worried about retirement. And the folks in the middle, they've got kids to worry about. But this isn't just about fundraising. This isn't like a phone call from your college alma mater hitting you up for their annual campaign or the booster club for your favorite sports team. It is about trusting God in everything we have, including our bank accounts. A generous life is a life of upward faith. Over the last few weeks, we have talked about how God is on the move as a church and how God is moving us as individuals, inward, outwards, onwards, and upwards. Upward faith in the United Methodist Church is what we call sanctifying grace. This type of grace is God's ongoing work in believers, empowering us to grow in holiness and to become more like Jesus. Now, generosity is a part of that upward faith, forming us more like Christ. Now, the Bible talks about mustard seeds 5 times through the Gospels of Matthew, Mark, and Luke. One of those stories is when the disciples failed to heal a boy suffering from seizures. The desperate dad comes to Jesus and says, "I came to your disciples, but they didn't heal him." And Jesus is angry. Essentially, he's like, "Must I do everything myself?" He literally says, "You unbelieving generation, how long shall I put up with you?" Which is definitely not something I would want to hear coming from Jesus. The disciples came to Jesus with their tails in between their legs and asked him, "Why could you heal the boy and we couldn't?" Now, it's important to note that in a few chapters beforehand, in Matthew 10, Jesus instructs the disciples to go make disciples from all nations, to heal the sick, to raise the dead, to cleanse the lepers, and cast out demons. It's not because Jesus is so much more perfect or miraculous or special. He calls his disciples and gives them the authority to teach that the kingdom of God is near. He gives them the authority to heal and to make right. Even with all of that authority, they just can't do it. I wonder why. Maybe they think they're not good enough. I'm not blameless like Jesus. Who am I to heal this little boy? Maybe they're insecure and count themselves out before they even try. One time I had a mentor tell me, "Don't say no for them." And what they meant by that is, you know, when you want to try something new or apply for that job or take that risk, but you stop yourself before anyone else can reject you, you say no for them before you even try. Well, this is how Jesus responds to his disciples. "For truly, I tell you, if you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you," which comes from Matthew 17, verse 20. Jesus uses a mustard seed to show us that faith doesn't have to start big. A faith that moves mountains begins small but grows deep. It is a faith that is planted, nurtured, and growing. And you might be thinking, here goes Jesus again with his weird metaphors. It's a cute example, but come on, can tiny seeds really move a large mountain? That's just not physically possible. A mustard seed is really, really tiny. You mean to tell me that this can move a mountain? It can't even move an anthill. When the disciples asked Jesus why they couldn't heal that boy, he essentially tells them, "You see this tiny seed? That is all you need. The faith you have, it might not be much. It might start out puny, but you already have enough. You don't need a ton of faith and then you can do cool things. You just have to use what you've got. It's enough to do more than you possibly imagined yourself capable of." Faith that moves mountains, though, it's cultivated. It's not instant. I mean, we love instant, short-term gratification. Now, it's not going to move a mountain tomorrow, but the mountain will move. Now, mustard seeds grow plentifully. This tiny seed grows into a huge, massive bush that is all over the Middle East. It multiplies and propagates. I mean, think of kudzu in Alabama or Georgia, or crabgrass in your yard. You still might be thinking, "Yeah, Amy, I still think that Jesus is speaking pretty figuratively here." Jesus does tend to do that, but stay with me a second. Ecologists teach us that trees and vegetation can influence the formation and evolution of mountains. Tree root systems also play a crucial role in stabilizing slopes and preventing erosion. Trees' intricate root system prevents landslides from storms. Trees and shrubs and their roots impact the shape of mountains over long periods of time. So maybe one mustard seed might not move a mountain tomorrow, But hundreds of mustard seeds that are planted and nurtured can shape a mountain over dozens of years. So let me cite my sources here. This comes from the Journal of Geophysical Research on Land Typography, so it's legit. But the creator of the whole universe designed the trees and the mountains and the roots and know what they're capable of. So I want you to imagine this church, not this new building, but the people, you. You are all a bunch of mustard seeds. Through our faith in action, we can fulfill mountain-sized dreams in Volusia County and beyond. We can change our surrounding landscape from barrenness to hope, from loneliness to connection, from despair to joy. Our faith makes a difference, not because it is so great, but because God is so great. Look at what God can do with $100,000 in giving. And it might not seem like a lot, but I said this last week. God's math is not like our math. God's math means that a crowd of thousands are fed with 5 loaves and 2 fish. God's math means a tiny mustard seed can move a mountain. God's math means that $100,000 can make a warehouse into a place of worship. Remember how I told you I was really nervous about preaching this series? What if people are annoyed? She talks too much about money. Which it's really hard to choose a Bible verse because the Bible actually has 2,350 verses about money. What if we don't make our goal? Money is really tight in a lot of our households. And in all of this stress and worry, I forgot. I forgot that nothing is impossible with God. I forgot that faith the size of a tiny mustard seed can move a mountain. There was a time, and I'm going to get real vulnerable here, there was a time when I really did not think that the Gathering Place was going to make it. Some Sundays, there was like 13 of us, and we were singing using YouTube tracks on a TV because we didn't have a worship leader. And I talked to our pastor at First United Methodist Ormond Beach, our mother church, Pastor Scott Smith, and I went into his office, tears streaming down my face, and I begged him to fire me. Seriously. He didn't, because I was too loyal and just simply too stubborn to quit on my own. I forgot what God could do with mustard seeds. I forgot that nothing is impossible through God, the God who created the mountains and the shrubs and the root systems. It didn't really matter that my faith was so little because we serve a great God. We serve a God who can do a whole lot with just a little. Do you believe that? I mean, do you really believe that? Now, I want to warn you. This new space that we're in, it's not so pretty yet. There are no paint on the walls. Dust is absolutely everywhere. And up until a week ago, there was like a huge hole right here in our bathroom. We're going to have to use our imaginations when we look at this space. You're going to need to remember what God can do with mustard seeds. Now, this number that you fill out on this card, we have to trust that it's going to be enough. That scrappy community who reupholsters our own chairs so that we could spend more money on others than ourselves, it's enough. This new space, it is more than enough. It is beyond the wildest dreams of a pastor who went into that office begging to be fired because she thought she had failed. Now, I want to show you a short video with some instructions on how to fill out this card. And the same instructions count for online as well, so take a look.
Thank you for your willingness to prayerfully consider your commitment to the On the Move initiative. Let's walk through how to complete this card. Step 1, start by filling in your name. If you're making a commitment with a spouse or significant other, include their name as well. Then, fill out your home address, phone number, and email address. Step 2, determine your giving level. To help you determine your commitment, take a look at the gift guide on the left side of the card. This chart helps break down how many commitments we need at every level to reach our $100,000 goal. For example, we need 8 people to commit $250 a year to help contribute to our total goal. Our hope is to have 100% participation at varying levels based on your capacity to give at this time. Every gift, big or small, matters. Step 3, write the total amount of money you intend to give in 2025. If you have already given gifts this year, include that in your total goal. If you're not sure what that is, you can give your best guess. And the remainder of your gifts for 2025 will be included in that total. Step 4, write how many hours you intend to serve inside and outside of the church. The hours you serve in church can include time spent serving on vision or action team, setting up for church on Sundays, playing on our worship team or tech team, volunteering with kids ministry, and more. Hours you serve outside the church include volunteering with Westside Elementary School or an organization that you are passionate about. Remember, this is just your best guess. What we measure matters, and our goal as a church is 2,000 hours a year in community service. You also have an option to fill out the commitment card online. A goal that is written down is much more likely achieved than a goal that just remains in your head. This commitment card makes it real. It is a reminder to put God first in your finances, your time, and first in your life. Once you've completed your card, place it in our Joy Box. Woo! Thank you so much for investing in the Gathering Place and trusting that God will move mountains using mustard seeds.
Now here's the good news. Currently, the Gathering Place has been gifted $53,000 by all of your generous donations. So in some way, today is just a way of saying, keep at it. We're halfway there. But we also have some statistics to share for our service. We are at 1,035.5 hours of community service, meaning we are 41% of the way there. So what I want you today is to talk to your spouse, your significant other, your kids. This is a family matter, but most importantly, talk to God about what this commitment means to you. You have to be intentional about what you can give. Now, we don't expect equal commitment, but we do expect equal participation. It doesn't matter what that number is, how big or how small. What matters is the intentionality. It's about trusting that God can make mustard seeds move mountains. Now, I don't want you to give because you feel guilted or pressured. I want you to give out of gratitude and faith. The numbers on these cards mean that as a church, we get to say yes to more. It means when Westside Elementary School reaches out and asks us to do a back-to-school breakfast on August 7th, we can say without hesitation, yes, we've got you. It means that when a single mom comes asking for help for her electricity bill, we can say yes without thinking twice. It means that we can say yes to kids going to camp on full scholarships. It means we can say yes to making our future women's retreat and our civil rights pilgrimage accessible and affordable so no one has to be left out. It meant that when this rental option became available, we were able to sign that lease and say yes. It's trusting that God will fill this space because this mission is worth investing in. So today, before you hit submit, on this online Connect form. And if you live in the area and you want to turn it in person, we will take them all week long. But before you do that, I want you to pray. Pray that God can move mountains with faith the size of a mustard seed. God is just not moving through the church, but within each of us. Because look around. You, right there, yes, you are the church. Let's join together with this prayer, and the words are on the screen. God of mustard seeds and mountains, you are able to do impossibly more than we could ever imagine through the power of your sanctifying grace. Widen our imaginations and strengthen our trust so that we can give out of a mindset of abundance. With these gifts of time and money, multiply its impact so Volusia County can look a little bit more like heaven on earth. May these gifts honor and serve you. We put our trust in Jesus. Amen.